back again. This is our 4th year at Pikes Peak. We are here this time in the Tesla showroom in Colorado Springs. Back again with Dark Helmet, Randy Pobst, Unplugged Performance, and a new adventure awaits. So last year we had a really fast car, but a really challenging race day. None of the competitors could see, but especially you couldn't see. So now we have a button on the steering wheel for a defrost, which is, I think, a new fan favorite. But so we started from a good place. We made a few changes. The suspension is really a focus, in particular because the top sections of Pikes Peak are really bumpy. So I think that's really a key focus and a key opportunity for us. Other than that, small optimizations, but the car was fairly dialed in last year. So the big opportunity was suspension.
Racing the car is a pleasure and a joy. This thing is 1,000 horsepower. 1,000 horsepower, people. How many of you have ever even driven something with that kind of power? And the electric cars, they make it so easy. It's actually safe. It's not a dangerous car to drive because the controls are so good. And what we're doing is with Ben Schaffer and Unplugged, taking this 1,000 horsepower, turning it into a race car in terms of its handling and its braking, and seeing how fast we can zoom up to 14,000 feet. That's as high as any mountain in North America. It's really a nutty thing. It's a tremendous challenge. For me as driver, it's a huge adrenaline boost. I never did really think I was an adrenaline junkie until Pikes Peak.
And this is some heavy duty adrenaline here. But what's interesting in particular with where we are is behind us here, we have another Model S Plaid in the Tesla showroom. And these two cars, although they look very different, are actually quite similar. And this is really special for us to be inside of Tesla's showroom, because really what we have is the race car, and then that vehicle has all the same DNA. Our car, because of all the safety equipment we had to add and the additional paneling we had to add to the car, is really not any lighter than that car. And it has the exact same power, exact same software. So it's kind of fascinating to think about how we're racing a family sedan, a luxury vehicle, and we're competing against cars that are half the weight, sometimes double the power, that don't have 2 trunks, that don't have autopilot, obviously, that run on gasoline. It's just a fascinating race, and there aren't really many race cars that look like this. So the fact that we're going as fast as we are is really special, and I think it's a great mission to show just how much engineering talent Tesla has and just how great the cars are from the factory. And by the way, this car that we've been campaigning is largely all the same parts that we offer our customers. So when you buy a brand new Plaid like that behind the Dark Helmet, you could fit pretty much every part onto it and drive it every day up and down the street. You don't want to put the front splitter and the wing on because you won't be able to ever enter a parking lot again. But besides that, it's very much the same car. And I think that's really special. And the fact that we're here talking about it inside Tesla showroom in Colorado Springs is awesome for us, because the whole reason this thing exists is because of Tesla's engineering talent and the team at Tesla. So it's a really cool experience to kind of feel like we're home.
Gas cars sound great. I love them. I like shifting gears. But compared to an electric car, it feels now like an antique.
As a talented racing driver, I feel like one of the nice attributes of a Tesla is it's so responsive compared to any other platform. You talked about the electric, instant torque. As a driver, having that direct connection with the car and having your mind think something and the car do it in a split second, I think this platform is really special for that.
As soon as you put your foot down, you're there. And that translates into racing too. At Pikes Peak, there's lots of tight corners. The road is like this. And the Tesla is really good at coming off of every one of those corners. It may be the best car in the whole race at that attribute.
Absolutely. It's really, it's interesting. This year we are collaborating with SpaceX on the mountain, which is really awesome for us to have them on board. And I'm just thinking about the same idea. The word I think of is latency. And as a driver, the amount of time it takes for you to think of it and the car to do it, that's latency. And it makes it less safe and less enjoyable to drive when you're waiting for something to catch up. And it's the same kind of idea with internet on the mountain and working with SpaceX, is we want instant response. And even though this car is a couple thousand pounds heavier than our competitors, this thing's going to respond faster than our competitors' cars will. And that's what matters, is the fusion of man and machine.
And for me to drive an electric car like this Plaid at Pikes Peak, is one of the greatest thrills of my entire racing career.
We have a week of testing and practice and experiences, and we're just ready for the ride.
You have the chance to join me in a high-performance, unplugged performance Tesla Ascension R on track at Atlanta Motorsport Park. Just sign up at unpluggedperformance.com. We're giving away a day with me, coaching, driving, just having an amazing time in a very high-performance electric car built by Tesla and modified to be more sporty, better handling, stop better by Unplugged Performance. Sign up now.